PJ Tucker, welcome to Philadelphia. I know it's only been a few days, but what are your initial impressions of the city?
It's been good. It's been good. I've spent a lot of time there before, so being back in Philly, it's almost like full circle for me now. 17 years later to be back here and actually living and playing there.
You're the only player on this team who's won a championship. How can you use that experience to help teach these guys how to do it themselves?
It's one of those things, like you win it and people don't understand, like I knew how much I wanted to win one before I won it, but once you win it, the want to win it again is so much higher. To get that feeling again, obviously the experience that with a new group of guys, a bunch of guys that are hungry, chasing it. I'll do everything I can to be, older veteran. It's gonna be tough, and we're gonna go through a lot throughout the season, but it's gonna be so much better when you get to the end and you have a chance to really win it. It makes everything worth it.
Last time you were in Philadelphia, you were a member of the Miami Heat. You guys won in Game 6. Joel Embiid, immediately following that game, said that his teammates, he felt, could learn a thing or two from someone like you. The toughness that you bring is something that he admires. Did you know that he had said that right after that game?
We kind of were doing press conferences at the same time, so I kind of heard it and seen it while it was going on, so that was pretty cool. When you go to battle with somebody like that, for right after, or for them to acknowledge that, is pretty cool, especially when you're not scoring 50 points or doing something crazy like that. When you're a guy like me, you do all the little things to contribute, to help to the bigger picture of winning. It's always pretty cool.
What makes you excited now about teaming up with Joel? You guys have battled tons in your careers.
Yeah.
So what makes you excited about being his teammate?
I've really been able to see his progression and how good he's gotten to be literally one of the best 3 or 5 players in the league. Probably should have been MVP last year, but just his dominance out there every single night. To see him play like that every single time I play against him and watching him, to be able to team up with him and not have to battle with him anymore is always it's always a good thing, But no, I'm excited because getting James back healthy, watching Tyrese just become a star in front of our eyes, Tobias, everything he brings. So it's just like, down the line, having so many guys being able to step up and play, it's a real exciting team.
You mentioned James Harden, and the two of you had some really great years in Houston. What excites you about your reunion?
It's him being back healthy. I think he's been fighting, the hamstring for so long. To finally get some time down, be able to get it right, start training, watch him train this summer, and prepare and get amped up for the season. I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
You've played against Tyrese over the only 2 years in his career. We talk about his growth a lot around here. What impresses you about Tyrese as a young player?
Just his energy towards the game. If you just see him, he's like, I don't know, I'm older for sure, but just to see guys like him that are so young, just be so bright and work so hard, and to see him how he worked now, I'm like, okay, now I see why you progress like that, because this summer, just see him in the gym, he was amazing. So I'm really excited to see him keep progressing and help us all, be able to get to where we want to go.
Tyrese brings the youth, you bring the leadership, as does Tobias Harris. He's been a really big leader for this team since he first got here from LA a few years ago. What do you admire about either his game or Tobias as a person over the years that you've spent in the league with him?
He's been pretty consistent, and that's a big time thing in this league. Guys have years of up, down. You go through so much, fighting injuries, different things happen. But if you look at his work of art over the past few years, he's been really consistent, and that's a tough thing to do in this league.
Montrezl Harrell sat in this seat a couple minutes ago and said that the two of you might go toe-to-toe, sneaker-wise. Yeah. Tell us a little bit, I know you are asked this all the time, but for Sixers fans, why are sneakers such a big part of who you are?
It's just something I've always done since I was a kid. Basketball and sneakers to me always went hand in hand. I grew up in North Carolina, big Michael Jordan fan, so him being from North Carolina, it was like a thing. I grew up wanting to play for North Carolina, not go to the NBA. Where you from there? Tobacco Road, it's a little bit different with basketball, and like I said, sneakers has always been a part of that culture with us.
Last question for you. When you look back over the course of your career, what's one thing you wish you had known when you started your NBA career?
That's a good question. So many things. Yeah, I think my career is different because I went through so much early on. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, more downs than ups, but kind of the stuff I went through kind of shaped. I couldn't be me now if I didn't go through that then. So for me, it's it's one of those things where it's more about I knew everything that happened. I went through. I already knew, and people told me. But you actually have to go through it to be able to, get to the sunshine at the end. So I can't say it's like one thing that I wish I knew. I just wish I listened.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You talk about having seen the mountaintop and wanting to do so again. Off the court, as a person, what's important to you right now?
Oh man, my kids. I got 3 big kids. So once you get older, like I said, like basketball's fun and trying to chase a championship, being a real big part of my life. But my children are huge to me. My daughter's in high school now, so like it's crazy. It's crazy around my house. So that's definitely the biggest thing with me right now.
You're a big volleyball fan, according to your social media now.
Yeah, no, I'm a volleyball dad. My daughter's a freshman, but she's on varsity volleyball, and she's doing really well. So I'm excited for her. Went to as many games as I could before the season started, but I'll be watching online all I can.
We're all rooting for her. We're all rooting for you. Welcome to Philadelphia, PJ. Thanks so much.
I appreciate it.